Do you love VTubers? Me too. Do you want to support VTubers? Me too. Are you super broke? Me too. A big misconception about VTubing is that money is everything. Obviously, stuff like a sub or a membership is gonna help your oshi pay the bills, but you don't have to spend money to show your support. To be totally honest, sometimes it's the things you do that don't cost a dime that are the most helpful. Always your Alice, I'm Reisaforte. Let's talk about how you can support your favorite VTubers for free. Clipping. I think any VTuber will tell you straight up just how crucial clips are. Clips are kind of the key to growth in this sphere, but VOD scrubbing can take a while. Clipping the stream will save your oshi a ton of time and help let them know what you think their best moments are. Clipping something funny, something meaningful, or anything that just really caught your attention is an amazing way to lend some support. As a VTuber myself, I can't begin to tell you how much it means to me when you clip me. But sometimes, especially on Twitch, clipping can be kind of annoying. That's why I and many other VTubers have a clip command that you can use in chat to make things super simple. If your oshi doesn't have one, I'd highly recommend you suggest they add one. This makes the clipping process so much easier, especially for mobile users. If you want to go the extra mile, consider editing clips and posting them to your own YouTube channel. If you love video editing, this is kind of like killing two birds with one stone. Not only do you get to help out your oshi, but you're able to build up your portfolio. And speaking of portfolios, fan art. If you're an artist, making fan art of your favorite VTuber designs is an excellent way to build up your portfolio. Most VTubers, myself included, have a deep level of respect for artists. After all, they're kind of the backbone of the community. None of us would be able to do what we do if we didn't have artists bringing us to life. I can't begin to tell you how many artists I've noticed from their fan art alone. Not only are you hyping up a VTuber with your work, but you're building up a gorgeous portfolio that makes me want to commission you. Growing up, almost all my friends were budding artists. They all grew up to draw different types of work and develop different styles, but they all got their start in fan art for things they were passionate about. It doesn't matter if you've been drawing for 10 years or 1 year. Any artist that wants to take commissions is going to need examples of their work so people know what they're getting, and fan art is an excellent way of doing that. Besides, if you draw your oshi and they like your work, you may be able to get a new client out of them. It's a win for everybody. Definitely consider scratching that creative itch if you've got one. Lurking. VTubers love lurkers. If anybody says otherwise, they just don't know ball like I do. I'm a lurker myself. Life can get busy sometimes, so I'll open up a stream and have it in the background while I'm grinding for a game, eating dinner, cleaning the apartment, whatever. A lot of us multitask while watching a stream, and that's completely okay. It's better to lurk in every stream than never show up unless you can type and chat the whole time. Besides, some of us are shy. Is your oshi working towards a goal like Twitch or YouTube partner? That makes your lurk even more important. Everybody knows just how hard it can be to reach the numbers necessary to qualify for these titles, and your lurk could be make or break. That being said, life happens. If you don't make every stream, do not worry about that. We all get busy sometimes, so hopefully VODs will be there for you to check out later. Side note, but VOD watching on YouTube is much more helpful than VOD watching on Twitch. A lot of VTubers multi-stream, and I'm one of them. I'm not really sure if anybody else has had this experience, but live views aren't counted towards watch hours for me on YouTube. Instead, YouTube only counts views and watch time after the stream has finished and been processed as a VOD. So, unfortunately, watching my streams live on YouTube doesn't help for anything! If your oshi is in a similar situation, it's better to watch live on Twitch than YouTube. The reverse can be said of VODs, though. As far as I'm aware, watching a VOD on Twitch doesn't do anything. So if VODs are available on YouTube, make sure to watch them there. Again, though, this is just kind of my experience, and I don't know if anybody else is having these problems, so take that info with a grain of salt. I am not an expert on either Twitch or YouTube when it comes to these things. I just go here. At the end of the day, your quiet support will always be appreciated, no matter where it is. Be an active community member. We love lurkers, but we love our chatters too. After all, if everybody was a lurker, we'd have dead chats, and that would be kind of, lame. If you're the type of person who likes to be active in the community and make a little noise, go on and do it. Be an active participant in chat, join in on community nights or events, comment on your Oshi's YouTube videos or social media posts, whatever. Getting the word out about your favorite VTubers is going to do more for them than you'd ever know. Obviously, it's important to not go overboard with it. Never spam other people's communities to yap about your Oshi unsolicited, but shouting them out in the appropriate channels could really help introduce them to new people. You'll definitely want to do this if you're big into cons. If a convention is open to guest suggestions, they might reach out to your favorite VTubers if you recommend them. Don't gatekeep. At the end of the day, just don't gatekeep your Oshi. I think a big misconception with VTubers blowing up is that they'll forget their day oneers or the community won't be as tight-knit, but at least from what I've seen, that just isn't true. The larger a community, the more opportunities you'll have to make friends, and the more opportunities your Oshi will have professionally. There are VTubers where I was a regular for a while, and then I got busy with life, and then when I came back to their streams, they had hundreds more viewers, and it was like, oh man, they're not gonna remember me, right? But they did, and you know, when I'd say hello in chat, they'd ask me how I was and where I've been. Your Oshi becoming popular doesn't automatically mean they'll forget where they came from. In all honesty, it might just save them from graduating. VTubing takes a lot of work. It's stressful, it's tiring, and in some cases, it's expensive. I can't begin to tell you how many VTubers have graduated because they felt discouraged from a lack of growth or progress towards their goals. It's heartbreaking to see so many talented people give up on their dreams because they feel like they're screaming into the void. And this can happen to anybody. It's becoming harder and harder to find success, whatever that looks like to you, in the VTuber sphere. Corpos and indies alike are struggling, and a lot of fans may feel like they didn't do enough to save them. But that's just not true. If you can't give a super chat, don't worry about it. If you can't become a sub, it's no big deal. You are not a dollar sign. Your level of fandom is not defined by how much you're spending on your Oshi. You being there and being a fan is enough. Your support is noticed, felt, and heard, and we as VTubers are grateful for you. Always remember that. If you want to help your Oshi out, you can always do something that won't cost you any money. I hope these tips gave you some ideas for your Oshi. In fact, if you made it to the end, I'd like you to tell me all about your Oshi in the comments. I don't care if they're corpo, if they're indie, if they're safe for work, if lewdtuber, I don't care. Just give them a shout out. If you're interested in seeing more from me and making me your Oshi, consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. I'm a virtual singer and do a lot of covers, but if you liked this video, make sure to leave a like and I'll be sure to make more like this one. Until then, always your Alice, I'm Reisaforte. Bye bye!